right, welcome back to Browns Live, where Nathan and I are joined by the fabulous Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Do you like being called JOK?
JLK, Woo, Twoo, Woo dot word. I got a bunch of nicknames. So
What does your
whatever.
mom call you?
She then started to call me JOK. She done started to call me Woo, all types of stuff. My mom, when I got to college, she kind of like went with the flow with the nicknames, trying to be funny, trying to be cool and stuff like that.
So when she's mad at you, what does she say?
Oh, Jeremiah.
What about Kevin Stefanski? When Kevin Stefanski's mad at you, what do you get?
Hey, 28.
Was he mad today?
Nah, it wasn't bad today, but.
All right, well, tell us. It's the first joint practice of camp. How
Yeah.
do you think it went?
Yeah, it was dope. It was dope to be able to compete with other people. Again, we go against each other all day and all night, and it's fun. But when you get to go against somebody else, you really come together as a team and try to build that team chemistry against somebody else, against the opposite team, and you see new looks. We saw a lot of new looks today, in reference to some of their run schemes and some of their pass schemes, and it was fun.
And so you reacted on the fly within the huddle, or you knew what you were going to see?
Oh, no. I mean, we watch film, of course, takes a few notes, but, it is preseason, so we're trying to still work on our schemes and the things that we do. But, he calls a call, and we know, and we go play. So,
how fun is it that you're finally going to get – because in the preseason, when you got 14 snaps last week,
Yeah.
you're not going to get a lot of work. But out here, you have an opportunity to get a lot of work and get situational work against another team, and one that went to the playoffs a year ago. So is this something you get excited for? How do you compare, we all have been talking about this kind of as, pundits, I'll say.
Yeah.
Oh, man, these joint practices, that's a bigger deal than preseason games. But for a player, do you feel that way?
It always comes down. Of course, you're trying to work on you. You're trying to focus on your scheme, focus on your team. But again, when it comes to facing somebody else, any opponent that doesn't have the Cleveland Browns in their jersey, it is a pride thing. We do want to uphold the name, the tradition, the culture that we've built. So that's something that we take. We don't take lightly. We take advantage of those opportunities, and we're appreciative of those opportunities.
I have to say, it felt like I was hearing a little bit more trash today than I was the last few days.
Oh, yeah, we definitely going to chat it up a little bit. But, we always go by that no bark, no bark, all bite. And that's our kind of, that's our intuition.
You might
That's
want
what
to
we.
tell MJ Emerson that.
Oh,
Or Mike Woods that.
Oh, no, they be chatting now. Mike Woods, he got that. He's the one that brought the, the term, dogs, they don't necessarily, we'll growl a little bit, but we don't want to, we don't want to bark at them, too much talk without any action to follow. So.
Well, when you think about where you are right now, 3 weeks into camp, this defense has set a very big goal for itself. Number one, no longer top 5. You want to be the number 1 defense.
Yeah.
What do you feel really good about what's coming together and what's working right now?
Well, I think the interesting thing is it always comes down to that competition with others, but of course, mainly with yourself. I don't think any defense that you ask, hey, what's your objectives for the season? They're gonna be like, our objectives is number 3.
Want to be average.
Number 2.
Cool.
Like, no, everybody wants to be that number 1 spot, so we have to do those things that'll set us apart, and that's where our integrity comes into play. Whether it's in the locker room, talking to each other, whether when we step off the field, when we step out of the facility, protecting the team, everything, all the small intricate things come down to that goal that we have, and. That's what it is about.
Are there any specific things that are different that you can tell us? Do you see guys in the building later than maybe a year ago? Are you talking more?
Yeah, I mean, guys are there later. I mean, guys are setting the example. Guys are setting the standard, cleaning up after ourselves in the locker room, being on time and even being early. We may get together off the field, whether it's going bowling or go to like a yoga session or something. So we're trying to do things to, really bring forth that team chemistry to propel us to that number 1 spot that we talk about.
And the big part of it, right, it's going to be ball seeking. And you guys go down to
Absolutely.
Jacksonville, 3 takeaways, 2 interceptions, a forced fumble by Mr. D. Anthony Bell out there.
Yeah.
And then today in practice, we got a Parnell Motley pick 6. You guys go
we had
nuts.
like 3 today.
3 of them? All right,
Yeah,
so Motley, I saw Jacob Phillips. What was the third one?
Motley, Jake. Okay, I thought it was 3. Did we get 3? It was something else big that happened, though.
You can't see when
There
you're
were a good
all
lot of
the way
PBUs.
over
We had some
there.
good
Those
PBUs.
guys, a lot
We
of
had some
PBUs.
sacks. There were definitely
Dang.
some sacks in there.
Was it
but
somebody else? Dang, I got to think about it now.
all right, we'll watch it back on
Yeah,
the
we
tape.
gotta
It'll
wa-
be there.
we'll
We'll
play
watch.
it back.
We'll be like a
Yeah.
coaches. We got to watch the tape
Most
before we
definitely.
can confirm or
Most
deny there were 2 or 3. But
Yeah.
when Jake gets the pick, Motley goes down there. You guys are going nuts.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
You guys really enjoy each other.
Yeah.
And it's fun to see the way you guys celebrate. Even somebody
Yeah.
like a Parnell Motley who's trying to create a career for himself in the National Football League.
He's been balling, too.
Anthony Bell, you guys are all on
Oh,
the
yeah.
field mobbing him. He's
Yeah.
been balling. But what is it that you guys really enjoy about each other on that defense?
Well, again, it comes back to that competition. Like first and foremost, we're competing against each other.
Sure.
Literally, I mean, we have a system where he gets points, he gets points. We have a certain team, so when guys are getting the ball, taking the ball away, that's already our objective. But then once you add the competition factor to it against ourselves, makes it even more the merrier.
John Johnson said his team was running away with this thing. Is that true?
I'm on his team.
You're honest. So are you guys running away with it?
It's blowout.
It's a blowout city. All right. Wave the white flags. Let's go.
Can I ask you very specifically, though? Nathan and I were talking about you and the big step from last year to this year, and we were saying that we'd like to see more snaps.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Say that one more time.
That we'd like to see more snaps out of you. We'd like
Well,
you to be a every down linebacker.
Well, it's on the coaches. I think for me, I just focus on what I can control. As we say, control the controllables. Whatever I have to do to propel myself to get more snaps, whatever I have to do to propel myself to have the coaches trust me more, that's what I'll do. Whether it's off the field, learning the playbook, doing more on the field, being more patient, being having the smarts, having the IQ, whatever it is that the coaches need me to do, that's what I do. And after that, the results are the results. So that's what I'm
But
focused on.
so far, do you feel like that's what you're doing? That's what
Yeah,
you're fighting
absolutely.
for?
For me, I think I am where I need to be, and again, I'm continuing to work, continue to go towards the elevated level, and that's what that's what I have to focus on. I can't speak too much about myself, but again, myself is going to help the team in whatever I do. So.
I remember in Jacksonville, you make your debut last year. Everybody's fired up. You had 8 tackles. You almost blocked a punt. You get a sack. You're covering guys in the slide. And afterwards, you're like, but I messed this up. I messed this up. I messed this up.
Yeah,
And you walk over here today, you're like, yeah, but I messed one play up out there, and you were upset about that.
Yeah.
What kind of fuels you in that? What makes you that kind of a competitor? And Joe Thomas was the same way. He said, if I had 64 great pass blocks and I had one that I missed, first of all, that's all anybody talked about. Second of all, it kept me up at night.
Yeah, man, it eats you alive, yo. Like, I don't know. For me, it really eats me alive. Because mistakes, it doesn't necessarily equate to, something, at least in that spot, that's going to help your team. Like, for me as a competitor, I want to help my team. I want to do all that I can. So when you make that mistake, man, that's got to be a moment where you have to, get that right. You have to, it's like something in you that eats you alive, so you have to correct it. I don't know. That's just me,
How are your eyes? And what I mean by that is I remember after that Jacksonville game, you said to me, when you see too much, you see too little.
Yeah.
How are your eyes now in year 2?
They're more patient. That is getting better. But that's one of the mistakes that I made today. So that's something that we got to continue to move to the level. Again, it's every second, every minute, every hour. It's a process, as we always say. It's nothing that's going to come too quick. And again, I'm focused on the process, and I'm focused on what I can do to make this team a better team.
Can you tell us about a few of your teammates? We were talking about Anthony Walker's leadership.
Yeah.
Is he any different this year than he was a year ago?
Nah, man, A-Walk is the most consistent guy on that field. A-Walk, man, he's always a team guy, team first type of guy. And he's able to, really put himself in a position to, help us out. The younger guys, he's seen a lot of football, I remember. And actually, to be honest, the play that I'm talking about, he actually called out what the play was during that play. He was like, hey, such and such. And I was like, all right, let me go this way. I should have just listened to him, I should have just listened to him. Lesson learned. But, yeah, A-Walk is a phenomenal guy. I mean, he's able to see things before they happen. And, again, off and on the field, man, he's been a big help to me and to the team.
All right, what about Jacob Phillips now that he's an almost total vegetarian?
Yeah.
Is he a nicer guy?
Jake funny, man. Jake he's funny. That's the first thing you say. He's a funny guy. He has his own way of doing things, what I mean? He's a team guy, but he has his own. He's a unique guy, and that's the guys that you want. I mean, we all are unique in our certain ways, and Jake is able to use his athletic abilities to, again, he's taking some more reps and he's doing his thing. So.
And Sione, Taki, have you hired him to redo your bathroom?
Taki.
Kitchen?
Taki, man. I feel like when I first came in here, he was like, said he was a carnivore. He was like eating all meat or something like that. Taki, he's a unique guy as well. We just got a bunch of unique guys in the linebacker room, and we love everybody, every aspect of it, because that's what makes us us. You know what I mean? So, man, Taki is a wonderful guy.
You got a unique coach who has an absolute zest for football in Jason Tarver, also a visor aficionado. Are you guys ever going to just all wear visors one day with some little floppy hair over the front for Coach Tarver?
Yeah, I mean, he's a phenomenal guy as well. I mean, when you put together zeal and when you put together knowledge and understanding, I mean, that's
a lot of zeal.
That's the ultimate combination, and he has both of those. He has a wonderful understanding of the subject that he's coaching, the linebackers. He's coached a lot of great linebackers, and man, he's been a help to us all. And his tenacity and his passion for the game is phenomenal.
All right. Well, we got to tell you, Jeremiah, I feel like now I'm getting you in trouble
Dang,
if
what
I say
happened?
it that way. I should
just-
say like woo
Woo.
instead.
Yeah.
Jay, okay, thank you so much for the time.
Much love.
We've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, much love. All praises.
Have fun,
Thank
and I
you,
hope
yes.
tomorrow there's nothing that eats you alive. And don't
Well,
let it eat you alive.
Can't.
You
hopefully.
learn from mistakes,
I'm about to go in
right?
there and watch this. Actually, no, I got to lift first, and then I'm a.
Are you still lifting what the linemen lift? I remember we said that last year. You want
Oh,
if they
man.
lift heavy, I want to lift heavy.
Look, I'm literally watching him every time. I'm really watching Tommy Tat. I be trying to find him, and then whatever he do, I do. So.
What about Chubb? Has Chubb ever repeated what he did this summer?
Chubb, man, I remember when he was lifting all those plates before. I'm like, yo, do we not have camp on Wednesday? Hey, what are you down there doing?
Somebody talk to him about that. It's not necessary.
No.
In any case, all right, thank you so much for joining us. That is another episode of Browns Live, and we will be back tomorrow live for this second joint practice with the Eagles.
Yeah.
See you soon.